say times I can be misunderstood. Yeah. There'll be good days and bad days, like the preacher said it would. All I ask is you will try loving me. All I ask is you will try loving me. 'Cause loving me ain't easy.
What's going on, and welcome to Black King's Free Game. It's your boy King Conda, the People's Champ, and I have Relay for Life in the building. Now, if you don't understand what Relay for Life is, guess what? You're going to learn today. And we're going to be discussing it with Dr. Bell and Ms. Boone. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and we'll get started like this. First of all, I got to give a shout out to the people that look out for me, because I look out for them. And that is StizoCollection.com. StizoCollection.com. That's StizoCollection.com. And that's where you can get all your Christian wear. And I got to shout out all the other businesses, Dogman, and also yours truly, the People's Champ, at yourhomechamp.com. That's yourhomechamp.com. And a big shout out to Wolf LLC. You know how to get it. That trucking company that get things done. And they do it for fun. So let's get into it. Hey, Dr. Karen Bell, how are you?
Doing wonderful. And yourself?
I'm wonderful. How's your week been?
It has been a week, but you know what? We're going to keep on making it.
We got to make it do what it do, baby. Yes, ma'am. And Ms. Boone, how's your week been?
It's been amazing so far. I'm ready for it to see it through.
See it? Yeah, that's all we can do is see it through. Look, I know you guys are heavily involved in the Relay for Life. Now, my question is, before we get into all that, I like to understand where people are from.
Okay.
Ms. Bell, where are you originally from?
So I'm born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. Then I went to the military at 18 years old. Stayed in the military for 26 years, and Fort Stewart was my last duty station.
Oh, wow.
And decided to stay here. And I've been loving it ever since.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. See, that's that transplant that come right down here, all the way from Detroit, baby.
2004.
2004. Mm-hmm. Wow. And it's 2026.
Yeah.
Now that's a love. You are now a Liberty Countian.
That's what
officially.
Officially.
Yes. Let's see, because you were 18 when you left there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been here more than you've been there.
That's sure right.
Yes, you're a Liberty Countian. Welcome to our home.
Thank you.
Ms. Boone.
I was born to two military parents. We traveled. My parents retired here in Liberty County. I went off to college, came back to try to do good things with criminal justice, and I've been here since 2014.
Wow.
Well, I graduated from Bradwell, but I came back.
You're good. We understand. You know, I graduated from Liberty, so there's a little bit of beef there, but not too much.
Not too much.
Now, I have to give you a shout out. I think your hair is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Look, I'm a sucker for natural. I love natural hair. I'm not throwing no shade. I'm just complimenting because I love seeing people wear their natural hair because they don't even understand how beautiful that is. You know what I mean? Like, keep it up, sis.
Thank you.
Keep it up. So, when you found yourself here since 2004, correct?
Correct.
What made you want to get involved with the community?
So, I have always been involved in the communities for a young age, but for here, it was the Red Cross that got me started. Ever since I've been in the military, every post I always signed up for the Red Cross. And school is something, as my son said, I'm a professional student. So in school, I was the president for our honor society, and you had to be involved in 2 community organizations.
Yep.
So we picked Keep Liberty Beautiful or Keep America Beautiful and American Red Cross because one of our members had cancer and was a survivor.
Oh.
So that was about in 2006, and I've been involved ever since then.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And well, I'll go back to that. I'm gonna go to Ms. Boone. Ms. Boone, you said criminal justice. So I was going for criminal justice also. I was gonna start there, and then I was gonna become a lawyer.
Okay.
All right. But what happened was I did a trial, and the trial was Antigone. I don't know if you remember, guys. Do y'all still do that in school? Antigone. You remember Antigone?
Yeah.
Antigone was a woman that she wanted to bury her husband. She wanted to touch her husband, but she couldn't touch her husband, not legally. And then she touched her husband in order to tell him that she loved him. And the case was, does she go to be unalived because of that, or go to jail because of that, or is she innocent? And so the case was, whoever Antigone's lawyers were, you were going to lose. It was a lose-lose. And I won the case. And even my professor was like, look, I don't know what type of voodoo you got going on, but this hadn't happened in all of my 12 years in teaching. You know what I'm saying? He's done this over and over. So then I started thinking, I was like, dang, man, if I do pursue law, I'm going to get a lot of bad people off.
Very true.
I am going to get a lot. I am going to be sought after. And that was something that I really dealt with. I'm not no perfect person, but knowing that somebody's bad and still getting them off, that's just not my cup of tea.
You could have been on the other side. And
Yeah, but see, even with the prosecution, what if there was an innocent person? And knowing me, I would figure out that they are innocent and still have to prosecute the mess out of them. I didn't want to be on that side either. So I said, bump it. Now I'm not going to do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So that is my true reason on why I did not become a lawyer. I think I would have been a decent lawyer. I think I'd have been pretty good. What do you guys think?
I think so.
I think so.
You think yeah. I would.
Just knowing your personality.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I can get down with the nitty gritty. Like, if they want to be mean, I'm going to match that energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. Well, I'm glad that you went into criminal justice. How far did you go into criminal justice?
I wanted to focus on juvenile justice, so that's where I spent my time in criminal justice at pretty much working with children that were on probation and trying to do my part to hopefully guide them to where, as they become adults, they don't go to adult side of criminal justice because it's different.
Ooh.
It's way different.
Hey, y'all, we might end up having a debate right here today before we get to Relay
Not
for
too
Life.
much, but it is.
Look, go ahead.
It's just the difference in where you go and don't go as a juvenile. There's a lot of things you can just skate by with, but as you become an adult, if they want you, they're gonna take it all the way.
Yes.
And under at least 17, for me, you have a chance.
Yes.
Once you start 17, you're on that thin line, and you're pretty much an adult to them in their eyes. So you can go either way. So if you have the people and the mentors that can, you're gonna always be a teenager, and you may rebel. That was my goal in juvenile justice.
Juvenile justice.
And there's so many minorities that are in the juvenile justice system that don't always get a fair
shake.
try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that because I've looked extensively in this area, and I've been trying to find a solution. And a lot of my solutions people aren't going to like, but I really, at this point, I know that we need help, and we need some serious help. And our help resides in our foundations. I don't know if you guys agree, but our foundations right now are really messed up. We don't have anything to look up to. And at one point, we had so much to look up to that it didn't matter what type of situation you were in. You knew what good looked like. You knew what you were striving to be. And that's what I think has been erased from our minds. What year baby are you?
90.
You're a 90s baby? Okay, so you caught the tail end. You were right there with it. You probably were just in your teens, and I was goo gaga. But I grew up watching shows like Living Single, all right? I watched A Different World, which showed you what college life was right, for people of color.
Yeah.
We had The Cosby Show, which showed you what family life would be if it was upper to middle class. And you saw how they worked through critical thinking skills. We had Family Matters. The newer generation, we had Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It showed you what it would be if your mother was to send you with your auntie and live with other family members, and how that family could live and become one. We had all of these different options, and then all of a sudden those options were taken off of the table. It was no longer programming that into our subconscious. And I think that because we missed that pivotal turn, that we kind of dropped the ball because our focus went somewhere else. It wasn't being focused on what actually happened. So we had all that removed, right? It was replaced with Real Housewives and reality TV. You know what I mean? So that was something that I think about quite often. And I just think there's some solutions there. All right. Did I make y'all uncomfortable with that, Miss Doctor? Okay, you sure? Is y'all looking at me like, oh, what you need to do is talk about Relay for Life right now?
No.
But no, I just had to get that out. I mean, does that make sense, though?
It
does.
It does.
Oh, okay. So y'all noticed that, too?
Oh, yeah.
Can you name a show right now that you think would show what life would be like if somebody were in terrible situations? What show could you name that they could look forward that looks like them, that could tell them there's a better way?
Currently on the air now. But I've also witnessed the transition for on air this past year with the cancellation of a lot of those shows. Even if they weren't quite on the scale of Family Matters, they still have the representation. And there's very little representation on television. You may find it in the movies, but those are even hard fought spots.
Yes.
So it's always going to be, representation is important, and for those who control it, they get to choose what gets represented, and minorities are very few.
Yes. And now, in our game and our culture, we are the minority of the minority now. That's something we overlooked. That's something we weren't expecting. But once again, I was like, hey man, what do we think gonna happen? Like, these are the things that we need to be in remembrance of. But that's for a later date. Let's talk about Relay for Life. Now, you've been here since 2004, Doctor.
Correct.
And now you're involved with Relay for Life. What year did you start getting involved with Relay for Life?
So it started in 2006 as starting a team. And like I said, our team member was a cancer survivor, and we started in Savannah, joining their
Relay for Life.
And then I found out we had it right there in Liberty County, so we started going to both Savannah and Liberty County. When I graduated, I just stuck with Liberty County. So I became as a team member to a team captain to being on the committee for, or leadership team for Liberty County, to now being the lead for Liberty County.
Awesome. Ms. Boone?
For me, I was always kind of involved because through elementary, middle school, we had teams and we would go out, especially like here at Lewis Frazier, they used to host it. And my family would go out, and at that time we only had one family member affected by cancer. And as the years have grown, my mom, my cousins, they've been affected by cancer. So I've been able to get more involved and step up. This is my second year on the leadership side, but just being a regular citizen, showing up to the relays, staying out there till late when they used to be 24 hours.
Yes. Oh, yes.
They used to be.
I was about to say that. Now,
Yeah.
the Relay for Life, I remember when I was a young man, I would be out there. Let's see, we started, I want to say it started at around 3 or 4 o'clock. And then all day you had the stage in the middle of the field. We used to do it at the recreation department. It was a stage, I believe, was in the middle of the field. They used to play music, and then people would walk, and then they would line the bags up around the track, and all night.
Yes.
And until the next day, people were there. The people came in shifts.
Yes.
And back in those days, as I would say it, I think it was a lot more connected. We were a lot more connected. Now there's so many events, even if the events aren't as important, it's still taking people's time because they're distracted with this stuff.
Yeah.
And instead of, if you come here, you're going to make such a large impact. Because one thing I remember is if my friends knew where I was, if I told them maybe on Wednesday, because we didn't have phones like y'all do. If I told them, hey, Wednesday we going to that Relay for Life, because even though we didn't go for the cause, we went because it was women there, and we were about to be seen, and inadvertently we helped. It would be so many people there, and I remember it was a lady, she was setting up bags, and I said, excuse me, ma'am, I want to give a donation. And she looked at me. She said, well, I think it was that they weren't accepting like donations that way. It was something that you had to give as far as a group, or you could buy a bag.
Right.
You could buy a bag. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, how much are the bags? And at the time, it was just whatever you donated. And she pointed me in a direction, and I went and I did my first bag.
Okay.
Yep. And I was like, writing my name. And then my homeboy came up. He said, man, what you doing? He said, don't people know you got their bags? I said, bro, I bought this bag. He was like, you could buy the bags? I said, yeah. So here he go. I'm about to get me a bag. I'm gonna put it on there. Because now he figured it out. He's like, man, I'm gonna let them know I'm a part of this. And so he could walk around the girls and be like, y'all ain't got y'all bag? Now, inadvertently, what did that cause? That caused everybody to want to get a bag just to see their name put out there. But they didn't know they were helping the cause.
Right.
Now, it's like you're not going to generate like that. You got to get on social media. You got to catch their attention because it's only 2 seconds. And people aren't understanding how important things like this is.
Correct. And so the luminaires are what the bags are called.
Yes.
And it's a great way to express your love for someone that may have passed away, or to honor that the caregiver and the survivor. And so people, like you just said, you wrote on there, they put pictures, they draw, they pour their heart into these luminaires that we actually put around the track.
And that's beautiful. So if you didn't hear that, Kings and Queens, the bags that you'll be seeing, which is called the Illuminaires.
Right.
The Illuminaires are people's prayers. There's people's hopes. It's people's joy. And you got to understand that you're just not seeing bags that's lit up. These people are putting them there with intent. So if you don't know what intent is, log off your phone and go talk to your mother and go ask her for something that you've been wanting for a lot of years. I bet you're going to ask with intent. You're going to go knowing that, dang, I really want this item. I wonder if they'll get it for me. These people were doing that, but just in reverse. It was about their life or somebody else's life. You see what I mean? I hope y'all understand where I'm going with that. So when people do their luminaries, is there something that marks that occasion? Do y'all take pictures of each luminary, or?
So we have a luminary ceremony at the end and a torch. We have, normally I would say something, or we have a community leader say something, a survivor say something. The bags are like $10 for the white bags. That's probably what you was writing on.
Yes.
And then we have $15 for purple bags. We have luminaire torches for $100. So if you don't have a lot, or you just want to make a donation, we have a level
options
that you can, different options that you can put your love or your thought into for that person.
Yep. Intent. Some people call them libations in a way. And if you focus in on the intent, especially Relay for Life. Relay for Life is to help in the research of cancer.
Correct.
To help combat it. And if you guys don't know how you can start today by helping combat cancer, look at your foods. It's just a simple way. That's just a start. foods, carcinogens, and a lot of things that we haven't talked about, they're going to start coming out, people. They're going to start coming out. They're going to find these causes. And Relays for Life is the one that's going to connect the dots for everybody to say, okay, all right, this is how we destroy this. This is how we destroy that. Because there's a lot of things on the internet. They talk about a lot of things. Sometimes, you can't say it because Facebook going to be like, no, don't you tell them that. But look, there's a lot of things naturally, and all you hear is natural. The biggest person that people have mostly heard of that has combated cancer was Dr. Sebi. I don't know if are y'all familiar with Dr. Sebi? Yeah. You're not? Okay. So Dr. Sebi was a herbalist, natural. Okay. And the biggest thing is if something's not FDA approved, he cannot say or make certain claims. So he was making claims that he was curing people of cancer, curing people of AIDS, curing people of all ailments. All right? That is a big no-no, especially in the United States. Right. So what do you think happened? The medical board took him to court. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. So when they would try to come up with his trials, he had to bring in the doctors. And the doctors would go one by one and say, yes, this person had full-blown AIDS, or this person had cancer this stage, this person had cancer this stage. And one by one, these people would walk up and would be cleared. And the doctor would have to say, and when they returned back, they were cleared of all these ailments. Now, that tells you something. That tells you that a lot of things that they had to deal with since he was an herbalist had to deal with what we were putting in our bodies. It's what we're putting in our bodies, knowing or unbeknownst to us. And I went down the rabbit hole there, y'all, because there's a thing called duck flower. Have you ever heard of duck flower? Okay. The biggest thing that they say that these cancer cells are eating off of is mucus. And I'm like, dang, that's big. Mucus. How did he connect that? And what he would do is he would get rid of the mucus out of everybody's body. And when he started doing that, it would dry the cancerous cells out. And they had nothing to feed off of. And then he started deworming and getting rid of parasites out of people's body. And that was the biggest thing. Now, Dr. Sebi was, we could say, unalived in a, was it Singapore, bro? I think it was Singapore. Guess what Dr. Sebi was so-called died of? A cold. What? You have an 87-year-old man that cured himself at the age of 57.
Hospital in Honduras.
Say again?
Hospital in Honduras.
Honduras. That's it, Honduras. And he dies of a cold. They would not let him have access to... Oh, yeah, pneumonia. That's it. They wouldn't let him have access to anything he needed. And they sprayed him with cold water while he was in a cement cell. They did it on purpose. The reason for stopping him is that he had $10,000 in cash on him, and you weren't supposed to travel with that amount of money. So that was the reason for holding him in Honduras. But Nipsey Hussle, you're familiar with Nipsey Hussle, right, guys?
I am.
Nipsey Hussle was doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi. And all of a sudden, something happens to Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Now, Incredible picked it up, which is Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is supposed to be releasing this at some time, but you don't hear too much hype about it. No. But I urge people to go and do some research on Dr. Sebi and a lot of his techniques. The earth can heal us, guys.
Yeah.
The earth can heal us. And at the same time, guys, I am being a hypocrite right now. I want you to understand this, because I have all of this knowledge, and I will take my butt in there and I will eat a pork chop fried with grease. Do you understand me? Do you? What? I ain't just colorful. Let me tell you something. I'm country. But I tell you what, I don't mind spreading the information. Just because somebody tells you something that they're not doing doesn't mean it's not true. I know plenty of people are in a profession that does not follow their own things they recommend out, and they turn out just fine. Just look at parents. We tell our kids, you better not do that, and boom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go right back and do it. So yeah, we need to start looking at healing ourselves, and I give all honor to those that are going through. You have my prayers. And I believe that you can come out of it. I believe that Relay for Life is going to build on to the historic studies and research they're doing in order to cure cancer. But I want you to try and help them out some. If anything, go for prolonging until they find a cure. Let's look at all the research that our food can bring us.
Right.
Let's look at all that research also so we can help Relay for Life out. And a better way to do it is on May 1st. We're going to be at
the Recreation Department, right
Yes.
out off of 84. So from 6 to 10, if you're a survivor, you can bring a caregiver, and we have a dinner at 5 o'clock at the Stanford Pavilion.
Oh, awesome.
We do that every year, and we have transportation. Some people say, well, it's not that far, but we have cancer survivors. They can't walk that far. So
Yes.
So we make sure we have transportation to take them from their dinner to the field so they can do the first walk.
Listen, I tell you what, if you will let me know, and please remind me, I would like to pick somebody up of you guys' choosing and take them to the dinner also.
That'd be nice.
I will. Yeah, I wanna try to show my part of the love. I know it might not be much, but you know, I got this. I have a nice vehicle for now until it gets old. I think it's a nice luxury ride that somebody would like to have to go to that ceremony. So yes, please let me know. I want to be involved, please.
That'd be nice.
Now I already know that a lot of our public officials are already going. I already know that a lot of our public officials are going to be there. I know they are. Because they love Relay for Life. Isn't that right, guys and gals? Huh? Isn't that right?
Yes.
Look. Well, I know one person that I can count on being there, and that's Sheriff Bowman. I know Sheriff Bowman, either he's going to be there or he's going to have somebody representing him there. I know that our good Mayor Carl Rouse will be there. I know that a lot of the council, I'm going to say our Mayor Pro Temp, Diane Reed, our City Council, Miss Vicki Nelson, Mr. Jose. I know a lot of the council from Walthamville, Mitchell Boston, Bridget Kelly, Patrick Underwood, the mayor of Walthamville. I know a lot of our council is going to be in the building. So I want to give a shout out to them. Have you been getting a lot of support from that area?
Right. So we have a proclamation, and that's just one way that we use to get the word out about Relay.
Awesome.
So the first one that we do is called Another Birthday Party. And it's
Okay.
something that we do here in Liberty County where we provide our cancer survivor with a birthday party just for them.
Oh, wow.
And it's called Another Birthday Party because that's the American Cancer Society.
Okay.
Theme is if we can get our survivors to have another birthday party or another birthday, then another birthday, then we're doing our job.
You're winning.
And so every city normally would have a proclamation for us from the Liberty County for Commissioner Lovett, Chairman Lovett, down to the cities, Flemington, Walthamville, Hinesville, all of the Riceboro, Midway. They would have a proclamation, and then they normally would also do one for our Relay for Life in May. So that would be coming up in their April meetings.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And shouts out again to the Liberty County Commissioners Board, yes. Midway in the building, Mayor Chris Stacy right out there in Riceboro, Georgia, Mayor Malcolm Williams right here in Midway, Georgia, Mayor Carl Rouse right there in Hinesville, Georgia, and I got to get his name right. because I be messing it up. All right, because his name is long. It is the mayor of Flemington. I don't know if y'all know him, but you know what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me get it. I want to get it right. Hold on.
It's Timothy Byer.
No, it's
For Flemington.
Byer. But no, it's not Timothy. It's not that. It's Dr. Apostle Timothy.
Yes.
It's Doctor. That's the part that I wanted to get.
Okay.
Dr. Apostle Mayor Timothy Byer.
Yep.
Yes, Byler. Yes, Timothy Byler. And shouts out to you, Mayor, Mr. Mayor. But that's something that I'm prideful in because, you know, in Liberty County, we know each other.
Correct.
And I think that's a beautiful thing, man. I can go to an event that might be in Riceburg, and I'm going to see everybody from Flemington all the way from Hinesville, Midway, and they'll be right there supporting.
Yep.
Yep.
And I pride myself in that, guys.
Yeah.
I really do. Because when I got older, you know, after I got out of that phase of, I was, man, you don't understand. You talk about an activist? Listen, if my brother and I wanted to, we would have been most wanted. It'd been like, we're looking for these two gentlemen. There is one guy, we don't know where he's from. But he said he got here on a basketball. But anyways, I'm messing with King Azario, y'all. But yeah, I was pretty far out there. I mean, I got some of my signs. Where are my signs at? I got one down there. I got signs everywhere. And then I started growing up. I started realizing that budgets started counting. I was like, oh, wait. You mean y'all don't print money? I thought the money was printed and then you give us the money.
Yep.
And I think that shocks a lot of people, especially when you come from a position of, okay, well, I'm going to do right by the community and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then when you get up in there, you be like, oh, snap. Hold on. Wait. Yeah. It's all this other stuff we paying for? But can we do it? We can't do away with that, can we? So y'all wasn't in here just paying y'all cousins. I'm for real. I'm just being honest. Mm-hmm. And no, I'm not in politics, but what you do is if you want to know what I'm knowing, start going to the meetings.
Correct.
Go to your meetings. They break everything down right there in front of you. Right. And that's when I started figuring out it's not as easy as we think. Some places it's so big that anything can go. And there's so many disinvolved people. You don't show up, so you don't know. When you start showing up, then you can come with some solutions for real. You can be like, you know what? This budget here pays for this, this, and this. If we cut this out, it will provide enough money for us to have this, this, and this. And that's how you start attacking certain things that you want changed. Mm-hmm. But you got to do the work, folks. We can't just go to work, come home, get mad, look at it, and be like, oh, I ain't paying this. Why I got to pay this? We can't continue to do that. We got to go down there and actually be a community. We got to be a community. And the information is available because I'm going to make sure it's available. If you have a situation and you have an issue, I don't care if it's in Liberty County, Chatham County. I don't care if it's across the state into a whole nother state. Contact us here at Black Kings Free Game. We will provide the information. If I don't know, I don't care because I know somebody that can find out. And that's the biggest thing. There is no gatekeeping here. There is no gatekeeping because when somebody opened my eyes, it was very surprising to me because I figured out that I was fighting the wrong people. Mm-hmm. I figured out that, oh, wait a minute, I'm just complaining and I don't have any idea how this works. And when you figure out how it works, you'll be very surprised. You hear what I'm saying, guys? Very surprised. So, back to the Relay for Life. I'm sorry I keep going off, but I enjoy talking to y'all.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Now, May 1st, Are there any bands or anything going on this time?
So we're looking for entertainment. Right now we have Miss Mia Wilson, who's our entertainment.
Miss Mia! That's the Girl Scout. If y'all don't know, Mia be on the Girl Scouts.
Yes.
Her and Ina, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. So if anybody would like to be a part of that, we're still to have some opening. Just contact her. Our information is on the website, which is Relay for Life, Liberty County, GA. Because if not, you end up in Texas.
oh,
Got to
okay.
put the GA on the
GA.
back.
I got you. Oh, there is a Liberty County in Texas.
It is. I've had
certainly
them
is.
call me.
All right, look here. Now, y'all got people calling me, and I'm all the way in Texas now. I want to know, well, do y'all have a Relay for Life down there also? Look, so y'all better put that GA on there.
GA.
Represent where you from.
Yeah. They'd be like, well, oh, that's a little bit too far.
Yeah, right. I don't think I'm gonna donate. Randy, this place says it's 735 miles away.
But we do have entertainment set up all night because we want to
Awesome.
be entertained and we want people to enjoy themselves. So we make sure we have different things going on throughout the night.
Awesome. So y'all don't mind if I bring my cameras out there if I'm able to?
No, come on out.
That would be awesome.
Come on out.
Are y'all looking for any R&B groups?
Yep,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Oh.
So I know we have a gospel group coming out. And I think we have 2 schools that may do a step and a choir. But Miss Mia has the lineup, and she's mentioned at our meeting that she was looking for some more.
Well, you know, I am a thespian now. I did my first play about 2 months ago, and it was quite remarkable.
Okay.
I might ask, King Osario, how did you feel about my thespian quest, sir? You're not gonna say nothing? I forgot. That was a big word. You remember when I was acting? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. That was it. All right, then. My bad, y'all. I had to, gotta relate. But my daughters do dancing. They do praise dances and everything. And yes, they're gonna be upset that I'm volunteering them. But I'm gonna see if they're able to, if y'all have room on there. And if you want them to audition, they can audition to show you guys. Look, I'm just trying to make them mad. Yeah, so you guys have to audition. You know, they got to know if you're good or not. But yeah, they're very good at that. They're talented. God gave them that gift, and they need to use it. We have our youngest daughter, which is running track.
Okay.
And see, that's where I left before I came here. I was up there, you know, hey, baby, yeah. And then I got to sneak off because she still got to run hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So she's at the track that I think you're going to be having the event at May 1st. And that's at the Recreation Department right off of 84.
Correct.
Y'all know what it is where we grew up when we went to that football field.
Yep.
And just had a ball. It was so many events that happened there.
Yeah.
So many events. Yeah. And I'm happy to see us continuing on. And I would like to see the Relay for Life continue to get larger. I want it to be back to 24 hours. And I know that's a lot. Look, don't think that I'm slow. I understand that is asking a lot.
It is. We would love for it to get back to 24, and I think it just takes a little time in getting people back into the community, staying out together. Because I think that short mental, playing with the games and stuff.
Yes,
So
yes.
your
Attention
attention
span.
span is a
Yes.
little short. So we even had to cut it an hour this year just because people were leaving. So we're going to see how it does this year, and then who knows? Maybe enough people will come back and say, let's put it back to 24 or 12, and let's see what happens.
And y'all notice that now. Look, this used to be a 24-hour event.
24.
Yes.
And now, because of our attention spans, we'll go there, and if it's not entertaining, we're like, okay, I'm ready to go. That's bad, guys. That lets you know that we're going into the age of AI.
Correct.
And AI ain't playing. And believe this, you're smarter than AI. You're smarter than AI because it has to learn from you. The thing is, they don't forget. They don't go another way just because they got this going on. They remember everything. Mm-hmm. So while we're sitting here playing and thinking, oh, that's where you can't outsmart it. You can't outsmart it because it didn't forget what you told it 1,400 days ago. Mm-hmm. And now when we walk into stores, we don't see people. We see automatic checkout. And you got two people standing at the front of the automatic checkout waiting to see if it's got a scan for an ID or something. Do y'all realize that those are jobs? Yeah. Those are jobs. And if manufacturing doesn't come back to a point to where they need people, it gets less and less. And we have less and less interactions. Mm-hmm. Less and less interactions. So I think we need to really pay attention to that. And I'm not saying that as a governmental thing. I'm saying that as a family foundational thing, because everything that goes on is what we allow.
Yeah, that's true.
We allow it. We allow our kids to be the kids' babysitter, the devices to be kids' babysitters. Yeah. We ignore it. We know our kids are in there with it, and they're just because we do it ourselves. Because it's called dopamine. Every time we swipe and we see somebody else's life, it causes this. We see something political, it causes this. It causes our blood pressure to spike, or oh, it makes us mad, or oh, I love this, or oh, this is so cute. And so we get addicted to that, guys. I'm addicted to it too. I do it all the time because I'm a micro learner. Do y'all know what micro learners are? Like if I see something on there, I'm going to see it, and then I'm going to go research it. I'm like, oh, hold on, let me make sure it's true. Is this real? You know what I mean? So I micro learn off of there, but you can get taken away with that, man.
You be looking at it in 2 hours.
4 hours. Exactly. You're like, man, it was just 3 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock.
That's true.
Yes. So we have to remember that, guys. We have to come to a point to where we shut these things off and get back to family connection. I used to think it was such a beautiful thing when I had nothing, but I would make a party. I might have had $20, and all I had to say was, you know what? All I need is some chicken and some charcoal. Chicken and charcoal. Mm-hmm. After that, all I need is the people. Mm-hmm. Bring what you got. I got the chicken and the charcoal. If you bring that, then my wife will cook that. We can make it. And we used to do that. Did y'all used to do that?
Yeah. House parties.
House parties.
Gatherings, rather. Not,
just to enjoy yourself. Now, this is our enjoyment. And me texting.
Yeah.
We got to get back to that. Because if these things go off, we're lost.
We are.
Not us 80s and some of you 90s babies. Mm-hmm. Nah, we not lost. We just back to where we started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about that time period, okay? Our time period is the time period where we experienced the technology when it first started. We were the first ones on Yahoo typing ASL. That stood for age, sex, and location.
Yeah.
We wanted to know ASL. And then the response come back, we're like, oh my God, I'm talking to somebody and they're not even here. Like, if y'all understood that excitement when we went from tape decks to CDs to the iPods.
Yeah.
And if you put a record in front of a kid right now, they'd be like, I don't know, it's a Frisbee? Mm-hmm. And they're serious. And you can't fathom that. You're like, nah, they playing with me. No. They're not playing with you. All. You can show a kid an iPod right now and they're going to, oh, that's like one of the first iPhones? Like, seriously. It's crazy and wild. We don't understand that part. But we're going to have to start understanding it for our future. So I'm not going to hold you guys up. I know y'all ready to get rid of me.
No.
Y'all enjoying yourself?
We are.
All right, let's go another 30 minutes. Now I'm playing.
But I do want to also mention that you were talking about together and doing things together. The cancer survivors, yes. We have a tent out there for them.
Okay.
So after they have their dinner and they do their lap around, they have a place they can go to relax on the field, and it's filled with snacks and drinks, tables and chairs where they can just relax. So just because you go out there for the dinner and you may not be a part of the team, some of them, they don't have a team to call their own, but they have a survivor team where they can go to dinner, then have a tent and relax and enjoy the rest of the evening. So, and that's Mr. Earl Wilson provides that with Miss Millie Wilson. So we make sure that tent is, they make sure that tent is stacked ready for our survivors.
Miss Lisa Thomas, Auntie, look, I was not on. I just got on, so I'm just in your chat. Forgive me. We have King Myers in the chat. He says, "Yerp," that's his word. But Miss Lisa said, "I used to participate. I will do better this year." All right, that's your president of your NAACP.
Yes. Thank you, Lisa.
Let's see. Oh, Dr. Bell is the GOAT.
She is.
Yes, and Detroit Pride. Yes. Thank you, Ms. Lisa. I apologize, Auntie, that I was not on there. My engineer, King Osorio, had to put me on point. I was enjoying the conversation. So as you can see, we have people already that's hyped up to really get more involved. And see, with it's just like Captain Planet, guys. When you have heart, hey, love, action, with your powers combined, I am Captain Community. And that's what forms our community, man. So, Auntie, thank you so much for watching. Also, I have to put it again, SteezoCollection.com. SteezoCollection.com is where you can get all of your Christian wear. And also, I am wearing a Steezo shirt, and if you felt this material, you would know what I mean. It is so clean and it feels so divine on my body. So you've got to go to Steezo Collection. That's STIZOCOLLECTION.com. And for your home buying and selling needs, don't forget to go to yourhomechamp.com. That's my personal website, yourhomechamp.com. That's where I can take you through the blueprint. You can schedule appointments. You can also get every question answered that you have. And I got my little AI bot in there. Talk to him. He can tell you some stuff back. And I want to give a shout out to Dogman Entertainment. I want to give a shout out to all of our commissioners, all of the city officials in every single city that's within Liberty County. Shouts out to you guys. And I want to thank Sheriff TK from McIntosh County. Thank you to the community for sharing your sheriff with us for that time. But right now, we're about to get into the part of the show where I want you guys to encourage the kings and queens throughout the week and tell them something that you want them to know. And we will start off with Ms. Boone, if you don't mind.
Okay, as you go through the rest of your week, I just hope you remember it may seem hard now, but stay persistent, push through, and you will always overcome in the end.
Awesome. Dr. Bell.
So what comes to mind right now is that you may think what you do is little, small. But when you combine that with other people's talents, you will find out that something that you seem small turns out to be the best and the biggest thing in the world. So you have in you what you can produce for others, and by working with others, you can accomplish anything.
And that speaks truth. Well, I sum it up this way, y'all. Everything she just said, or both of them just said, is completely correct. Because just like we just witnessed today on the show, you had one person, and president of the NAACP, Miss Lisa Thomas, says, you know what? I'm going to do better this year. That's a start. And because she's going to tell other people, You think she's just going to go by herself? No, she's going to encourage others to go, and others are going to follow because they know Miss Lisa Thomas. And Miss Lisa Thomas knows Dr. Bell. And Dr. Bell knows Mrs. Boone. And that's a community. Because no matter how small it may have started, it equals up. Because if I hit you with one finger, you can be like, psh, that's all you got? Well, let me go introduce all their brothers. I bet you that makes a difference. So King and Queens, don't forget about that. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in today. And I just want to say, keep pushing through your week. You know who you are, and never stop. It's your boy, the People's Champ, King Conda, with Dr. Bill and Mrs. Boone, and we're right.